Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Easter Saturday and I'm trying to find a piece of paper. Easter Saturday and the next challenge. So we are going to be stamping with a stamp set or item that is new in your craft room that you've barely touched. Because let's face it, guys, that does happen sometimes, doesn't it? Where you go, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that stamp set or that thing, that tool, and then before you know it, you haven't used it hardly. So, confession time. I purchased this stamp set because it was kind of out of my comfort zone, and I thought sometimes it's good for me to do something out of my comfort zone. And I've used it once. I've had a little play with it. It was the video, I think for February, my February thank you video to my subscribers who either gift me via PayPal or Super Chat, or are my customers, or are my downline. So if you were one of those people, you have already seen me play with this stamp set. However, if you're not one of those people, you won't have seen me play with it. And so I'm coming on here rather sheepishly and going, I better play with it. So welcome. If this is the first time you've ever discovered my channel and you think you might like to visit again, you are most welcome and it'd be great to see you. And we're going to have a little play with this. I've got my tea, thanks to Wendy. It's apple and cinnamon. From what I can taste, it does taste nice. I think I've gone and lost my sense of smell again. Yeah, I've had, my nose has been a little bit blocked, and yeah, I'm not really tasting things as well as I did. Never mind though. So, do the impossible. This is a stamp set that when I first saw it in the catalogue, I thought, oh, I've got friends who would probably like a card or like something made with this. However, it's not a very me one. Hey Vicki, awesome. Hi, nice to see you. Okay, so I might just cut down the cardstock. No, I said I was going to do a one sheet wonder. I'll do a one sheet wonder and just stick with the plan. Mountain Air I thought would be a nice little combination to have it in the background. So let's do, should we do some mountains to start off with? Something light, I think, in the background. So I'm sticking it on with the detail side to the block. So I'm going to use the solid image to start off with. I think I might turn this around this way. I'm using very vanilla here. Well, it's quite dark, isn't it? I always say that about Smoky's Lake. Oh, it's quite dark. Oh dear. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but never mind. Didn't ink it up very well. Right, come on, concentrate, Ruth. Okay, so 2 rows of mountains in the background there. And then let's flip this over. No, you've only just started. I'm just creating a bit of a background, Vicki, so welcome. And then I'm just going in now and putting some extra detailing here and there. I'm not really even sure what I'm doing, to be quite honest. Okay, there we go. A few mountains there. So we also have this one here, which are these little trees. And I want something very pale, so I apologise for using soft sea foam again, but it is a lovely pale colour, and I certainly don't want anything too dark on this right now. Hi Gail, nice to see you. Thank you. Right, let me get, I can't see your comments so far, let me get this YouTube up and running. Hi Angharad, kia ora. Hi Kerry. I'll have to watch the first one on replays. It's Sunday morning. Ah, happy Easter. I know, Melanie. Treat, eh? Hi, Christine Morgan. Nice to see you. Yeah, happy Easter Sunday for those of you in Australia. Okay, so this is all about getting some texture down, which I'm happy that I've done now. So in my head, I thought if I stamped these, I could then colour them in with the Stampin' Blends. And if I stamp them in a careful area, it wouldn't kind of interfere with the background too much. So let's see about these cyclists. Hi Faith, nice to see you. Oh, your birthday is what? Now there's somebody else whose birthday is tomorrow, who was on here the other day. Yeah, it's like a Tour de France. Yeah, it is. I was just thinking, oh, I can't put the swimming one in, but I guess I could. I could turn this area into a lake, couldn't I? Oh, yes, and it's Renee's birthday, yes. I did see that. Well, Renee, if you're watching, happy birthday for tomorrow. As well. Yeah, triathlon. Indeed. I could do two, couldn't I? One up there and one there. There we go. We'll create some sort of water somehow. I could use the brush sprinkles. When I first played with the stamp set, I used the sprinkles initially, and it created quite a dramatic look. So right, so do I colour these in? And then I need to have a think about how to get some texture into the sort of this bit here. I could get a different stamp set. I'm just getting my Stampin' Blends back down again. Well, Navarana, yes, I was having a brief chat to my sister about it this afternoon, and she said something blue as well, and then something borrowed. So, but then I don't know if anyone has got. I mean, I've got things in my room that I've borrowed from Esther. So I don't know if you want me to do borrowed, and that's fine too. That's okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be Stampin' Up, Julie. It's just, you know, have a bit of fun. Okay, let's do something nice and bright. Let's do a bit of pink. Let's do a nice pink top. This person here. Ooh, Christine, let us know how it goes. Where would you go for that? Hi, Sandra. Lovely to see you. Well, what about instead of a borrowed item, a borrowed idea? Like an idea that you've seen somewhere before, but you've not had a go with. What if we do that instead? So we're talking about, so for those of you who've just joined, this is the second challenge for the weekend. It's to create something with something new in your craft room, but you haven't used that much yet. So we're just discussing whether or not the next challenge would be something borrowed and then something blue. So okay, this is a nice bit of Mango Melody. So this is quite a nice bright orange. So all these bikers are very colour coordinated. They rang each other up on the morning of the race and they said, what are you wearing? And we'll coordinate. So these bikers are all kind of like colour coordinated. Even their bikes are colour coordinated as well. You like the borrowed idea? Okay. Cool. Right. I think that'll do. Let's get some skin on some of these folks. Now the only thing is it's difficult to tell what bit's what on some of these pictures because they're a bit sketchy, you know, they're very sort of, I mean I like it is because it gives a sense of movement, but it does make it a little bit tricky when you're trying to figure out, now hold on, what's skin, what's sock, what's you know, I think that's a leg, bit of leg coming down there. Now these are alcohol based markers, Julie, so these are by Stampin' Up and they're fairly new. In the last couple of years they've brought this range out, and they're kind of like a cheaper, you know, cheaper Copic kind of type thing, and the way they do the colours is that you get a dark colour and a light colour, sorry, a dark version and a light version for each of the colours, apart from there's a colour called ivory and a colour called bronze, and then there's a colour lifter which is kind of white, but it kind of does something interesting to the colour. It sort of pushes colour down. Oop. Okay, right. That's kind of worked because I wanted anything. See, even though I've get my words out. Even though I've stamped over the pale green there, I'm hoping that once I colour in things, it won't, you know, it won't matter so much. So, oops. There we go. I won't bang my head. No, these are called Stampin' Blends, but they match all the colours that Stampin' Up do. So we don't do every single colour. Every colour that's available from Stampin' Up is not available in a marker, but there are quite a few. So they're quite great, quite useful to use. And they do blend beautifully. I'm not really doing much blending at the moment because it's not that kind of a picture that I'm doing, but and you can, I don't know if you can see, but if you go over and over the same spot it gets darker, so for creating shading it's great. And if you really like much more subtle shading, it's kind of like colouring for, I wouldn't say colouring for grown-ups, but colouring for people who take colouring quite seriously. It's a really good product. Yeah, I would say you don't need to have every single colour. There are some quite strong similarities between certain colours. So, but if you're thinking of purchasing them, then do get into contact with me and I can talk through like the different colours and you know, I'm trying to figure out which ink doesn't bleed when colouring with alcohol markers. Oh, do you mean which ink? Water-based. What you mean to stamp with, Julie? Always use a water-based ink to stamp with alcohol markers. Never ever use alcohol base, and never use Stays On or anything like that, because the alcohol in the ink just reactivates the alcohol in the ink pad. So it's best just to use water-based. Now I've gone and used Night of Navy here and it works perfectly fine. Stampin' Up recommend that you use the Tuxedo Black Memento ink, this one, which is fine too. But recently I've been very happy stamping in the Stampin' Up colours, because sometimes I don't want to stamp in black and colour in, you know, I want an alternative colour. So I've not had any complaints. And if you've seen me stamp and colour in my reeds, you'll see that they kind of work out okay. So this is, what's this one? Dark soft suede. I think I'll give this person darker hair. Oh, shall I give them blue socks as well? I think they need blue socks. There we go. All colour coordinated, this team as well. Oh, what, the old Stampin' Up archival ink? Yeah, we used to do that, didn't we? But I don't think they... No, we don't stock it anymore. We don't do it anymore. I bought a Popular Parade pens after seeing what Ruth could do. Blends the lovely Lily set. Ooh, which Lily set was that? Oh, I've just coloured his foot in brown like he's running barefoot, but I'll give him a shoe in a minute. Yeah, next question, Julie. Happy to answer questions, that's what I'm here for. Have you ever used alcohol pens before? Celebration Lily set. Oh, the lotus. The not lotus. Lily pad. Ah, yeah. I gotcha. I think one of my favourite techniques with that was when I did the watery backgrounds and then stamped and then went round the edges of the flowers. That was probably one of my favourite techniques. Just realised I've done a lot of colouring today. I guess it's because I've ended up choosing stamp sets that I wouldn't normally use, and I wouldn't normally use them because they've required colouring in. Yeah, the great thing with the blends is that you don't need too many to actually just get quite a good result. I'll give him a purpley top, I think. Okay, so I'm thinking I need to do something for the ground. So I was going to go with some of the texture stamps perhaps and just see if I can create some texture around them, around the bikes and around the runners and things. Oh my word, Howard, well done. That's a lot of lilies. What paper? The Stampin' Up! Whisper White or Very Vanilla. Yeah, because it's so fine, the pill on the, not the pill, the pile. The pile, is that the right word? Is so fine that it's great for alcohol pens. There's not a huge amount of bleed on there. Okay, I might do a little bit of dots for the water. Is the Ruth show on again? Yes, the Ruth show's on. Coming live from Mid Wales. It's the Ruth show. I need to have my own jingle. I should get my kids to write me something and they can perform it on the guitar or the piano. And I should have that at the beginning of every video, shouldn't I? Oh, great. That's good, Anne Howard. What make paper did you use? Right. Right. Need some texture. Might use a bit of waterfront. Now, what did I have out the other night? Oh, here it is. Artisan textures. Oh, that's a good one for the water, isn't it? Hi, Karen. Lovely to see you. Happy Easter. We'll start with that one, shall we? Now, I think I use Seaside Spray there, which I do happen to have on my desk. Oh, that works out quite well. Hi, Denise. Welcome. Hi, Rhonda. Oh, there we go. Instant water for that one. We could make it that they're wild swimming, couldn't we? Yes, the Whisper White, the Stampin' Up! Whisper White and Very Vanilla cardstock that they do. And this is actually on the thinner one, the pack of 40 you get with this one. And yeah, I find it works fine. Oh, that's a clever idea, Melanie. Right. else have I got here? Wondering whether we could create something with that one. Oh, and I grabbed Waterfront as well, that one. Yeah, it doesn't either, Julie. I mean, if you're starting out and you don't want to not waste money, but the thinner stuff is a little bit cheaper than the thicker. So Juna's asking about the best paper to use for using the Stampin' Blends. Right, what about some track down here? Now I did wonder about putting some happy little trees here. Not that they're riding into a forest or anything, but like just in the background. Maybe he assumes that we're both the same person, Gina. Some people say that Esther and I are quite, the way we talk is quite similar. Then yes, I wondered if someone's going to mention the Nina paper. I've not used it, so I can't comment on it, but yeah, I do know that quite a few people use it. Could do a little shark in here, couldn't I? Baby shark. Da, 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 da. Oh dear. I think I've lost it in terms of the what's the word I want? Depth, distance, ratio. No, what do I mean? Oh, the word will come to me in a second. Right, happy little splatters. Oh, just let me show you this stamp set. So this is called Waterfront, and it's got some great stamps for building up a scene, And there are a couple of other stamp sets in the current catalogues that match this one. So there's one called Snowfront, which has more mountains, more trees, a snowman, a cottage, a great little set. And then there's another one called My Meadow, which really complements all of these. Works really well. Perspective. Thank you, Anne Harrod. I knew that somebody would come up with it. Right, so I'm just going back to the Seaside Spray just to put some dots in the water for the swimmers. It makes sense. And then, I don't know, we could have some dots in the air, couldn't we, for the mountains, like a mist, I guess. Oh, Vanessa can't join. Vanessa's already a demo, aren't you, Vanessa, in Australia? Yeah, people can't join outside of their regions, unfortunately. Oh, really? Haha, Janice. That's great. Okay, and don't think that this is just for like frothy stuff. I think that, you know, the cyclist will be kicking up dirt as well, so it's okay to have some brown splatters, because I think, you know, they might be a bit muddy. And it helps just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Not so clean. Not so clean cut now. Right. Oh, now these palm trees I hardly ever use as palm trees, but recently I've discovered you can use them just to look like little plants. You just do them on the floor. Yeah. I see I need the blends to match papers and inks. Well, Rhonda, I wouldn't necessarily think like that to start off with. I would actually look at the images that you would want to colour in, because it's more important to have the colours to colour in your images than it is to have things that match, if that makes sense. Because Stampin' Up are so clever in the way that they create their colour scheme, you may have a colour, say you had, I don't know, old olive to colour in some leaves. You might not have old olive cardstock, but you might have mossy meadow. Now, to me, old olive is a lighter version of mossy meadow, so therefore it doesn't actually matter. So I wouldn't necessarily say you have to have everything matching. Just look at the stamps you have. What do you want to colour in, and then go from there, really. Okay, see, they make great little bushes. Happy little bushes. Don't they? They look like little ferns on the forest floor. Yeah, definitely a yellow and a red is great, because you could colour in yellow over red and it would make it go a bit pinky. And then also, I'd definitely say yellow is a really good colour, because you could get one set of the green, like old olive. I think that's what I started out with, actually. When I first got into the blends, I had old olive, light and dark, and the yellows light and dark, because between those 4 options, you can create variations of green. Like you can create a really limey green, or you can create like a mid between the old olive and the yellow. So Why is the tree so close to the water? I don't know. I think I might just cut it off, Denise, there. I think got a bit too happy with the stamp. I think I'll have to cut that down. I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Wanda. See, Denise is keeping me in check. Right, so if I cut that one first at 10 centimetres, I'm hoping that tree... Oh, look, the tree just made it. Oh, well. I can cut it off later. Unless we just have some trees, you know, in the distance. Unless I do a big tree there. Oh. Birds! I need birds, yes. They're swimming in the mangrove, yeah. Actually, oh, sorry. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, swimming in a lake in Canada. That would be nice. You're welcome, Wanda. I don't like the idea of people spending money when they don't need to. I think I could put some trees coming here, so it looks like you're looking through some trees at the swimmers. How about that? Hi, Poppy. Okay, so let's cut a bit off this side as well. So for those of you who've just joined, the challenge is use something new that's in your craft room that you haven't made use of so much just yet, and break out that stamp set or tools or whatever it is and have a go with them this weekend. Whether I know some of you might be working, and if you're working on the front line, thank you so much for all you do. So use your crafting as a bit of escape. Let's get the elite trees out here. Oh, there we go, Vicki. So if you want to break that one out, you can do that. Oh, what have you got for dinner tomorrow, Gina? I was thinking of giving it a curve along the lower edge to resemble a shoreline. Oh, here. Yeah, you could do that, but I am going to cheat. Oh, how did that happen? I didn't push hard enough. There we go. I'm just going to put some trees as if you're looking through some bushes at them. Spying on the swimmers. So they're not swimming into the bushes, they're away from you. Okay. Ham, scalloped potatoes, balsamic dill carrots, creamed cabbage and rice. Oh, creamed cabbage, that sounds amazing. So you just literally what? Braise the cabbage and then add cream to it. Do you add any extra spices or anything like that? I might try that. Oh, I've only got purple cabbage. Does that matter? Thanks, Gina. I mean, Julie. Sorry, I was reading the wrong person then. There is another little tree I could use. I know, Esther, these broadcasts that I do, these, you know, on my channel. Sorry, what was the program? On Ruth's program, we talk about all sorts of things. We quite often end up talking about food, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? It's just the way it is. It's an international language. Just wilt the green cabbage a bit, put in a crock pot with pre-cooked rice and bacon bits, salt and pepper, and pour cream on top. Oh, you cook it with the rice. Oh, yes. I don't know if my kids would go for it, but stuff them. I'm going to eat it. Yeah, with of course with bacon, of course. Right, so have I got some colours that will match these? Oh, I've got this orange one here. Of course, if any of you guys are eating alone, like seriously on your own, then remember you can, you know, maybe be in touch with somebody else and just call them, like FaceTime them and eat together. I have thought of that as an option. Let's go to Gina's. Exactly. Although, Gina, what time will you be eating? What's your time there? Although I know some people don't like to be watched when they eat. Oh yeah, you're still on your meds, aren't you, Gina? Oh, where are you again, Gina? Are you in the UK or in the States? I should write down all your names and put so-and-so, so-and-so's from blah, blah, blah. You're 6 p.m. Mountain Time, so it's 11 here. It's 11:30 here. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 hours. So if you eat around lunchtime, so if I call you about 6 o'clock, I can watch you eating your cabbage and rice. Okay, right, so the idea was grab something out of your stash that is new. You know, I know you guys have got packets unopened. I know. Come on. Fess up. So grab something, use it. If you want to use it with something old, that's fine. The challenge this afternoon was to use something old that's been sitting in your room for a while and you've not used, and make something. You know, scrapbook, card making, whatever. Crochet. So I could do a dinner Zoom. Yes, Vanessa. Oh, that's lovely, Kerry. That's a great idea. Actually, I might message my parents and see if they want to do it. Yes, I do need a map on my wall. You're so right. I did have a quick look to see if there was an app that I could download, but yeah, obviously one has to be careful with data protection and things. But it would help me out. We did it once, Angharad, but it was a bit too much for the guys on YouTube who couldn't really hear what the people on Zoom were saying. So I don't think I'll do it on YouTube again. I might just do an event, maybe a Zoom only event where I don't know, make a card with you guys and you can chat. So yeah. Yeah, the thing about Zoom is just a few things you have to be aware of, like if you've got most people enter the room and they have their mics on, which is fine. It means that we can hear everything that you can hear in your room. So if you've got the TV on, the radio on, or the kids are shouting or whatever it is, then we can hear that as well. And it does interfere with sound. So if there's lots of sound going on from lots of different people's houses, it can be a bit crazy. So the best protocol is that everyone just switches their mics off and lets one person speak at a time type thing. So if you were watching me crafting, for example, I would just have my mic on and then switch everybody else's off. Then the other issue sometimes is that if you've got your sound loud on your device, you can get this weird feedback loop where your mic picks up the sound that's coming out of your device, and it kind of just keeps looping and looping and looping. So it's just kind of, headphones work best. That's a great idea. Yeah. Now, if I've created the room, I can mute people. So that is helpful if you're trying to just keep tabs on everything. So, but there we go. Thanks, Vicki. Ruth, I love how you started A4 and now you have 4 cards. Oh, you've never seen it done that way. Oh, you're very welcome. Please do subscribe, Vicki, because if you like this process, I've done this many times before on previous videos. So you're going to be happy binge watching for a little while. But please also, just a reminder that if you're on a fairly modern device, you can watch me double speed or 1.5 or 1.75 speed. If you want to just kind of zoom through the process and just turn me down, just watch the process, or you can just skip. I know that a lot of you guys do skip ahead. That's absolutely fine as long as you're watching and commenting if you can as well. Comments really help me. I know it sounds really insignificant, but comments really do help to get my videos seen by more people. A FaceTime dinner sounds wonderful. Oh, well, I don't think I'll do a FaceTime dinner tomorrow, but maybe we should plan that sometime. That would be really lovely. I'll probably be sitting eating all day because you guys are all over the world. So I'll be eating all day, and just check in and out of the Zoom room. I'm so guilty. I've been knitting for months and none of my celebration purchases have been opened. What have you bought, Rhonda? Okay, Melanie, lovely to see you. Yeah, so Vanessa's off to get breakfast, you see. Oh, you're welcome, Gina. Thanks, Gail. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You haven't voted. Let me just quickly also go through inks, because I know this is important stuff. So the ink colours that I used are... get these in some sort of order. Okay, so the ink colours used were Soft Seafoam for the lighter tree backgrounds, Smoky Slate for the mountains, Night of Navy for the figurines, people, that kind of thing. Soft Suede for the ground stamps, and then Old Olive for all the trees and the vegetation. Then the marker pens used were a variety, so I don't think it actually matters really what the colours are, but a variety of different colours there. I wanted them to be quite bright so that the figures stand out, so I think I've managed to do that. And the stamp sets used were... And don't worry if you don't specifically have these in terms of the background stuff. It's just about textures. Have a look at your stamp sets. You'll be really surprised as what you might find in terms of textures. Might be like, I don't know, like Timeless Tulips has got the stems. Use the stems for creating marks. It's about mark making. It's not about anything looking specific. So mountain air for the background and do the impossible. So those are your kind of your two main ones. Obviously there are other mountain stamps like waterfront, like this one. So if you have waterfront, you can create a mountain scene. Texture, and also for the textures, that dotty one is really great for the mountain mist, the mud, the sea, the water. Great stuff. Artisan textures for that one, for the water, and you could even stamp a bit more water bubbles and stuff with that one. And then I use this one for the ground, the marks on the ground. But as I said, this one is the interchangeable one. If you've got any sort of something that will stamp lines, you can actually, you could probably use that one and that one for the ground. There we go. Right. Happy stamping, everybody. Can I ask, what is the difference between celebration and occasion catalogues, please? They said new catalogue comes out in June. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's fine, Vicky. I'll explain that in a second. Vicky Allison is binge watching Heartland. Okay, fab. I'm watching The Vicar of Dibley at the moment on Netflix, and I just watched my most favourite episode ever. Ever. It's where, well, I don't want to spoil it for those of you who haven't seen it, but it's the love interest. It all comes together. And at the end of every episode, the vicar tells Alice a joke. And it's my favourite joke reaction that she does. See if you guys know which one it is. Okay. Right, let me explain about the catalogues. So... Okay, so Celebration has just finished, but I will explain what it is for those of you who are new to Stampin' Up. So we'll start with the main catalogue. So this is the current annual catalogue, and as you can see, it's a bit thicker than anything else we do, and it runs from June to June. All right, so this one runs from the 4th of June 2019 to the 2nd of June 2020. So this is why you may have heard people talking about the new catalogue coming out, because us demonstrators, we get to see the sneak peek. Well, we get to see a PDF of this catalogue in the end of April, beginning of May sort of time. And so we are able as demonstrators to order from the main catalogue, not everything, just a few select items, so that we can start playing with them and be prepared for when the catalogue launches to customers. Now, I have plenty of people who are signed up under me who do it not to sell product, but actually because they love the product itself. So you can do that if you want to. You can actually sign up and, oh, thank you, Wanda. Oh, you star. Thank you, sweetheart. So we have people who just sign up because they love the product so much and they want it at a discount, and that's absolutely fine to do. So this catalogue is just over 200 pages. In it, it has great explanations about how to use the product. It explains things like the colour families. So I love this page. It helps to explain the different suites of colour. So we've got the neutrals, the brights, subtles, regals, and then we have the in colours that are with us for just 2 years because they're on-trend colours. So we're going to be losing this collection here in a few weeks' time if they're not already sold out. And then we get to keep this one for another year. Now, unfortunately, Purple Posy, we don't have it available in the ink, but it is available in the card and the marker pens and the embellishments. Stampin' Up had some issues with the formulation of it. Thanks, Vanessa. Thank you, sweetie. You guys are so kind. Thank you. Okay, so that's the annual catalogue. The occasions catalogue, or the mini catalogue as they've renamed it. So this is, I call this the mini spring catalogue, but this actually runs from January to June, And the way that Stampin' Up are trying to market it is that the annual catalogue is kind of like your bread and butter catalogue. It's got all the kind of main things in it. But this is aimed at people, really people who are into crafting, who've perhaps done it for a little while and kind of know what they're looking at and know what they want to buy. However, if you are new to it, it doesn't, if you like products in here, it's not saying you can't buy it. It's just that that's kind of where they're targeting this catalogue at. It's for people who, you know, perhaps got a little bit more experience. So as with both of them, there are plenty of samples as well, which is really great. Loads of ideas to show you how you can use these products. So this is the spring mini catalogue, and there will be products from here that will then make it into next year's or this year's annual catalogue. So we often are saying goodbye to things, but also we're saying hello to the new stuff. So we tend to encourage you that if there are products that you like in either of the catalogues and it's coming towards the end of that catalogue's run, it's worth stocking up on them if you really like them. Okay, so Celebration happens in the beginning of every year for 3 months, January, February, March, and it's Stampin' Up's way of just incentivizing people to purchase. When you spend in the UK, it's £45. In Europe, it's €50. In America, I think it's $50, and in the States, in Australia, I think it's 90 Australian dollars. You get a free gift, and that gift is absolutely exclusive to Celebration, apart from some things that do get carried over. So these you earn for absolutely free. Now, as I said, with end of Celebration now, so you can't actually earn these anymore, but you know, we've got plenty to keep you going in the main and the mini. So it's 110 in New Zealand. Okay, cool. If you want paper copies of these, if you're in the UK and you'd like a paper copy, an English paper copy, please drop me a note and I'm happy to send them out to you. Of course, you can view these online if you just have a look at, if you just scroll to look in the details below this video, this very video, there are links to my Stampin' Up shop, to my blog and places like that. So if you have any problems with the links, let me know. I know some people are having problems going to my blog from here, because it flags up a security issue, and I think it's because I'm using a host domain name over the top of my blog. So if you have problems, just go to artfulstampin.blogspot.com and it will take you straight there. I perhaps need to change it on my links so that, yeah, some of you do have issues with it. Right, there we go. Phew. Hope that explains that all. Vicki in Canada, it's $60. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for explaining the different regional areas. I was so wowed with that catalogue. Which one, Wanda? The mini? I did love the mini. There's so many things in here that are just so lovely. And I think I've now got everything that I wanted out of here. I think if they carry this card kit through... No, is it this kit? If they carry this kit through to the next catalogue, I think I'll get that. Got the music. I haven't got this one, and although I love the papers are really pretty. Now I've got the little mini ones of these, which I need to play with. It's... What's your blog? I thought this was your blog. No, this is my YouTube channel, Vicki. My blog is where all the kind of like pictures and writing and stuff goes. So it's just go to artfulstampin.co.uk and that will take you to my blog. Yeah. Oh, it's out of stock already. Yeah, so this one's got that lovely mountain air. So if you're interested, that's £19, which I think is great value. Great value. Oh, now confession time. I've got the dies, but I've never used them. Okay, so that's going to be my job for next week. Use the dies. Actually, I've got to do some masculine cards, so Yep. Right, happy stamping, everybody. Have a great Easter. I might be back. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to do one tomorrow, but I might do one tomorrow, a more contemplative Easter stamping, because I do have an idea for some decor that I haven't done yet. So has it got the silhouette stamp? What, the one with the... There's a couple of silhouette-y type ones. Do you mean this one? Enjoy Life. Yeah, I've got church at 10:30. Oh, you've got church now. Okay, see you, Vicky. Yep, our church will be in a few hours. Well, less than 10 hours. Vicky, is this the one you mean? Vicky Biggs. Is that one? And then there's also... Oh, there's the stamp set I used this afternoon. That one. The animal one. Ah, now that's interesting how they've coloured the kangaroo. They've given him a pinky pouch, a pinky pouch, and then put the... Oh, there we go. Oh, well, it's too late. I hadn't done mine now. Hold on. There. Oh, here it is. This one. Silhouette Scenes. Not that one. Got umbrella in it. This one. Yep, this is in the current catalogue. Where are you, Vicky? Night, Kerry. Do you have a demonstrator? It is fab, this one. I've not got it, but it is very dramatic. Ah, you used it, Wanda. Okay. What did you do with the background? Did you do something interesting in the background? Oh, you're Bedfordshire. I've got friends in Bedfordshire. Well, drop me a note if you could you email me ruthtrice@gmail.com and drop me your your address. I'll get one in the post to you, if that would help. Okay. Because sometimes it's nice to have the paper and, you know, have it in your hands and be able to look through it. I will put your name on these for you. Thanks, Esther. Great. So Esther's my sister. That's why she's chipping in there. That's great. Lovely to meet you, Vicky. And we'll be in touch. You're fascinated with the sprinkles. I know, the sprinkles are really good fun. Especially with that silhouette stamp. Yeah, really good. Yeah, Esther's just typed it. It's just above, Vicky. ruthtrice@gmail.com. Right, I know what, let's quickly flip. Let's do a quick flipperoonie. So you can see I'm actually real. Oh, wonder you're not a hobby demo then. I think you've been doing it long enough to not be a hobby demo. Yeah, and Howard, who do you usually order through? Because I'm sure I could... Yeah, who do you normally order? Yeah. Yeah, so just to explain what they're going on about, Vicky, there are certain stamp sets that are available only if you have placed either an order of over £150, so you can automatically earn it for free. Because if you put an order in of £150, you get £15 to spend on whatever you want. And in the mini catalogue, it's this one. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, the lighting's not very good. It's this one here with the fishbowl. So it's worth £15, but you can have it for £9 with your freebie. So in actual fact, it doesn't actually cost you anything. It's £9 off your £15 that you get for free. So that's what they're going on about, and Harrod really wants it. I just found your sister on Demonstrator Planning Play. Ah, okay. Oh no, Wanda. Would they help? Would they perhaps donate a bit towards the cost of the postage, your customers? Oh, what a pain. Or could you ask your the other option is what you do is you create a party and have a host code and get your customers to place the orders. Yeah, Harrod, I know. And you guys are in total lockdown at the moment, aren't you? Although I've read really good news about your lockdown. It's working really well. Oh, okay, Wanda. Yeah. Oh. Oh, don't you worry, Vicky. Don't you worry. Just if you could just fire me off an email, or find me if you use Facebook. Find me on Facebook. Just type in Artful Stampin on Facebook, and I should turn up somewhere, either as a page, mainly as a page. So, I'm gonna have a bit more of my tea. Just thought this is my Disney mug I got over 10 years ago. So do you remember a few weeks ago my husband recited a poem that won us a trip to Disney? This was the mug that we purchased as our souvenir mug. And it's great. It's really nice and big. Right, is that it for the questions? Thank you guys who super chatted. Really, really appreciate you doing that. I've got to think about what stamp set to use for next month. It was good, wasn't it, Wanda? Yeah, the lunchbox one was based on a memory as something that actually happened at his school of a lad who apparently had very, very pale hair, and also forgot his lunchbox. Not quite as dramatically, but yeah. Right, if there's no other questions, how's your husband, Vanessa? Because he wasn't well. If people are watching on the replay, do feel free to go, because okay, great, Vicky. That's great. Are you on Facebook, Vicky? I don't. Designing Memories. I don't. I didn't. There are aspects of it now. I've seen people play with it. I'm like, oh, it does look good. There are aspects of it that I really want. but as a whole suite, it didn't really kind of sing to me. So I'm waiting to see. Yeah. Vicki, are you friends with Bibiana Cameron as well? I'm just Facebook searching for you. It might be a different one. Yeah, so I'm not sure about Ornate Garden. Yeah, just Janice got it though. A lady called Bibiana. Maybe it's different. It's alright. I'll just search for you on Facebook. That's all. No worries. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to see it in action, do have a look at what Janice has been doing with it. I might get it. I'll see. I'll see. I kind of want to see what is available to us in the main catalogue before I commit. She's Bibiana's a crafter. She used to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator actually. She's not anymore. All right. Well, I'll send you a friend request. See if it's really you. Oh, did you just say no, Vicky? Yeah, she's not a Stampin' Up demonstrator anymore. Greg has lost 20 kilograms. Was he meant to? Or was that just because I don't know? Yeah, I wonder. Maybe we should have a Zoom for people who are demos. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay, Gail. Yeah. The more I tell you what I do like. I love the framelets. Seeing Janice, what she's done with the ornate frames. Oh, beautiful. Really beautiful. So I could have my mind changed about the frames. And I think they fit, don't they, with the rectangle dies. So that's amazing, Vanessa. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Smart move, Janice. Well, when you get bored of it, love. You love it now, though, don't you? From the reaction that you've given. Oh, seriously, Wanda? I've paid for it now. That's naughty, isn't it? A bit naughty. Oh, well. Yeah, Susan Lavassa, Wow Nola Creations, she's done some really lovely stuff with it. Really, Wanda? Zoom is free for people who just want to join the Zoom rooms. But if you're a host, it was that you had to pay a monthly fee if you wanted the meeting to last longer than 40 minutes. So it doesn't cost anything for you as a user. Oh my God. Oh, her stuff is so gorgeous. Whenever I go through swaps that I've had from events and I go through them and go, oh, that's a lovely one. It's usually Emma Goddard. she just uses the most simple, beautiful techniques. No, 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 Vicky. No, not just for gamers. No. It's like a video conferencing app. Yeah. We use it for church meetings. But I used it last night was really good fun. A guy I went to uni with, he used to DJ. He DJ'd from his bed, like his flat, wherever he is. I think he's in Cardiff or whatever. And we were in a Zoom room listening to him play some old tunes from like over 20 years ago. It was like a blast from the past, and I was dancing like a mad woman around my living room. You need to update your computer to use Zoom. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, it probably it is a more of a modern program, so. Ah. Yeah, I mean that's you could use it for gaming. Oh. If you buy Zoom, is there a time limit? I don't think there's a time limit. There's different tiers to it. It depends, I guess, if you're using for business and that kind of stuff. Let me just call it up. I tell you what, if anyone's got it and wants to join a room now, I'll quickly create one and I'll put the link on here, but then I'll close this down. Oh, I can't find the app now. Zoom. Settings. I have to go on the. It's but easier for me to go on the internet. Well, just have a look yourself. Yeah, have a look yourself if you're interested, because there's different tiers for what you would use it for. Okay, I'm starting a meeting. So, no, I don't. Designing memories. Occasionally, I will tell people what's going on in my craft room, but really, it's not that interesting. Like, I have shelves and a lot of junk on the floor. If you want me to do one, I will do one, but it's really not that swish. Oops, what am I doing? Right. Okay, so who on here has got Zoom? Okay, I'm going to say goodnight now. If you're watching on the replay, you won't be able to come into the room because we'll probably shut it down. But okay, so click on there. Oh, and Howard, you haven't got it. What do you need to know? Oh, Paper Pumpkin. Yeah, couldn't you do a video, Wanda? Oh, do you guys need a password? Has someone clicked on it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Right, I'm going to say goodbye now. Do you want me to wait a few more minutes? Hi, Vanessa. Oh, hi there, Verona. That's all right, Vicki. Looking forward to meeting you and getting to know you. Okay, has everyone got the link that needed it? Because I'm going to go off now. See you guys. Bye.